Welcome back to the channel, and in last week's episode we had a look at Beyond ATC versus SayIntentions on board the fantastic Fenix Airbus A39 in the livery of EasyJet from mini builds London Luton to UK 2000s Jersey. We then did a quick turnaround at Jersey, switching over to SayIntentions AI before flying all the way back across the English Channel to AnyBuilds London Luton. And to reduce workload on both of those sectors, I used the virtual first officer in both Beyond ATC and of course SayIntentions. And of course I did promise you in the next episode, and therefore this episode, that I would try to demonstrate the power of SayIntentions AI while flying IFR as a single pilot. So here we are, guys, at the Cirrus Vision Center at Knoxville's Tyson McGhee Airport in Flight Simulator 2024. I'm using the freeware Knoxville scenery downloaded from flightsim.to, and I'm going to apologise in advance now because I can't find the name of the author, but this is a fantastic rendition of Knoxville's Tyson McGhee Airport, KTYS. And for today's flight, I've pulled out of my virtual hangar the fantastic default Cirrus SF50 Vision Jet that you get in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And I will explain as we get into this episode why this Vision Jet is my favourite little business jet in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Right, let's climb aboard and get the door closed, ready for our flight up to New York's Teterboro Airport. And before climbing into the cockpit, let's remove the emergency exit safety pin and of course the safety pin for the ballistic parachute system. And as usual in my videos, I'm not going to walk you through the preparation process. The flight deck here, which is of course the working title G3000 in the Cirrus Vision Jet, is already set up for our flight up to Teterboro.
McGhee-Tyson Airport, Information Sierra 0753 Zulu. Arriving and departing runway 23 left. Wind 220 at 5. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 24, dew point 21. Altimeter 29er. Density altitude 2200 feet. FOD walk in progress, expect delays in the run-up area. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have Information Sierra.
Tyson clearance delivery, good morning. Vision Jet November 963 Sierra Foxtrot over at the Vision facility, looking to pick up my IFR clearance to Teterboro.
Vision Jet Sierra Foxtrot, cleared to Teterboro via the Knox 7 departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 4000. Expect flight level 27010 minutes after departure. Departure on 118.0, squawk 2736, and a change to your departure runway this time. You can expect runway 23 left.
Okay, Vision Jet Sierra Foxtrot cleared to Teterboro via the Knox Victor 7 departure. Change of runway, we're going off 23 left instead of 23 right. Initial climb to 4000, expect 270 10 minutes after departure, which is on 118.0, squawking 2736. Vision Jet Sierra Foxtrot.
Vision Jet Sierra Foxtrot, read back correct. Ground will be on 121.9er.
121.9er, Vision Jet Sierra Foxtrot. The first thing that I need to do is change the departure because SimBrief had given me a direct runway heading off runway 23 right, but as you heard there, we were given a SID off runway 23 left.
Quebec, ready to taxi. November 40 Quebec, runway 23 left taxi via Romeo 5 Alpha, Alpha 9er.
The thing that I was struggling with here the most in the aircraft was how to change the barrow pressure from hectopascals to inches of mercury. To be honest, guys, I've tried many times throughout this flight and absolutely failed. I've got no clue how to do this.
Delta 1290 boarding complete, request pushback.
At this point, ATC had given us startup clearance, and I love the startup process of this little Vision Jet. Just listen to it. I've never been in a real Vision jet, but from YouTube videos that I've watched online, the startup process of this FlightFX FF50 sounds very realistic to me. You'll notice the probe heat warning here. That's something you don't want to switch on until you're near the runway because I believe it can overheat very easily. And of course the next item on the CAS screen is to set my takeoff trim.
Knoxville ground, Vision jet November 963 Sierra Foxtrot over the Vision Center looking to taxi runway 23 left.
Vision jet Sierra Foxtrot, runway 23 left taxi via Delta Charlie Alpha Alpha 9er.
Taxi runway 23 left via Delta Charlie Alpha Alpha 9 Vision jet Sierra Foxtrot. The first thing that you notice flying the Vision jet is it takes a phenomenal amount of power just to get the little aircraft moving on the ground. But once it starts moving, you're good to go. At the time of editing this video, there is no payware version of Knoxville Tennessee McGhee Airport for Flight Simulator 2020 or 2024. And what I will say is this freeware version is very good and will lacks all of the niceties and fancy textures that you would expect from a payware airport. It's 100% better than the default scenery that you would get for this airport in Flight Sim 24. The company that I work for has a sales office in Knoxville, Tennessee, so I've been to this airport in real life many times. In fact, the aircraft that you can see landing on runway 23 is a Delta Boeing 717. And a few years ago, when I returned to the UK from Knoxville, I came home on board Delta. The first sector was, of course, down to Atlanta, the world's busiest airport and Delta's main hub, and we did that on board a Boeing 717, an aircraft that I fear we will probably not see much longer in the real world. And at the time of recording this video, I don't think there is a 717 available for the sim either. And the last time that I was in Knoxville, I came home via Chicago on board an American Eagle ERJ 145. Now I do believe there is one of those aircraft, certainly a study level version of that aircraft, being prepared for the sim at the moment. I've got no idea when it's due for release though. Anyway, back to today's flight, you can see that I've got progressive taxi here. That is being provided by SayIntentions. And those of you who follow the channel on a regular basis know that I don't follow any formal procedures here in the sim. After all, guys, I am the Sunday pilot and just a weekend pilot in the sim. I get a lot of enjoyment from flight simulation, but I don't get too serious about it. There are, of course, plenty of serious flight simmers on YouTube that will give you tutorial videos on all the various payware and other aircraft that's available in the sim. So if you're looking for that sort of video, this is probably not the channel for you. And one of the reasons I love this Vision jet so much in Flight Sim 24 is the visibility you get through these two massive cockpit windows. And when it comes to GA flying, it's why I enjoy the Couch DA42 so much in the sim as well. I've not brought that aircraft to the channel before. I might do it in a future video. You never know.
Draw contact tower on 121.2. So long.
Over to Tower Vision jet Sierra Foxtrot. Thanks very much for your help.
I'm not completely without automation on this flight because I do have SayIntentions automatically setting up the next frequency for me, but I still have to go and switch the frequency from standby to live.
Knoxville Tower, good morning. Vision jet November 963 Sierra Foxtrot runway 23 left ready for departure.
Vision jet November 963 Sierra Foxtrot, Knoxville Tower, runway 23 left, winds 220 at 5, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, 23 left, Vision jet Sierra Foxtrot.
Approaching runway 23 left.
runway, request VFR pattern work ready for departure. VisionJet Sierra Foxtrot, contact departure.
Knoxville departure, VisionJet 963 Sierra Foxtrot, runway heading, climbing through 3000 for 4000.
VisionJet November 963 Sierra Foxtrot, Knoxville departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 270, turn left heading 055, direct path when able, then own navigation.
And this is where I have so much respect for single pilots flying these sorts of jets in the real world. You can get a lot of instructions in one go when you're trying to configure the aircraft. For a flight, switch on the autopilot, set the heading bug, and including this case where I was setting up the auto throttle at the same time. In the real world, Knoxville and Eastern Tennessee is one of my favourite places in the United States, because just to the south of the small city you will find the Smoky Mountains and Gatlinburg. If you're into theme parks, it's also where you'll find Dollywood. And I've covered this area on the main channel several times. So if you want to see a little bit more of Knoxville, Gatlinburg and the surrounding area here in Eastern Tennessee, just go over to my YouTube channel, Liv'n the Dream. And I'm going to warn you guys that climbing to your cruise altitude, in this case flight level 270 or 27,000 feet, is going to take you quite a long time in this little VisionJet.
VisionJet Sierra Foxtrot, contact Atlanta Center on 127.55.
2755 VisionJet Sierra Foxtrot. Atlanta Center, VisionJet November 963 Sierra Foxtrot, passing through 17.4 for 270.
VisionJet November 963 Sierra Foxtrot, Atlanta Center, good morning.
One of the reasons that I love this little aircraft so much in the sim is because it gives you the best of both worlds. Because without a doubt, the Cirrus Vision Jet sits between low and slow and the fast jetliners, where I spend 99% of my time.
Atlanta Center, United 2669, flight level 260.
United 2669, Atlanta Center, roger.
And with that, we're approaching our top of climb, which on today's flight between Knoxville and Teterboro is flight level 270 or 27,000 feet.
Sierra Foxtrot, expect the Jike 4 arrival. Plan for descent in maybe 20 minutes. Feel free to ask if you'd like it sooner.
This approach into New York's Teterboro was one of the worst approaches that SayIntentions has ever given me. Throughout the months that I've been using SayIntentions, it has been pretty good, but this, guys, was pretty awful. But of course, setting up the approach in the Garmin 3000 is really simple. Over to New York Center on 133475 VisionJet Sierra Foxtrot. VisionJet 963 Sierra Foxtrot with you, flight level 270.
VisionJet November 963 Sierra Foxtrot,
Vertical
New York
track.
Center, good afternoon.
And VisionJet Sierra Foxtrot, we are approaching our top of descent, requesting lower.
VisionJet Sierra Foxtrot, clear Jike 4 into Teterboro whenever you'd like. Descend and maintain flight level 190.
I've got no idea why SimBrief wanted me to descend so early, but I did anyway.
VisionJet Jet Sierra Foxtrot, traffic at your 12 o'clock 4 miles, at 18,000 A320.
Roger, have the 320 on TCAS, Vision Jet Sierra Foxtrot. And Vision Jet Sierra Foxtrot, request flight level 130.
Vision Jet Sierra Foxtrot, climb and maintain flight level 130.
Climb and maintain flight level 130. That's the first of many oopsies by SayIntentions in this approach into Teterboro, and there's quite a few to come.
Vision Jet Sierra Foxtrot, contact Washington Center on 132.525.
Over to Washington, 132.525, Vision Jet Sierra Foxtrot. Washington Center, Vision Jet November 963, Sierra Foxtrot, descending flight level 130.
Vision Jet November 963 Sierra Foxtrot, Washington Center, good afternoon, Teterboro, altimeter 2972.
Teterboro 2972, Vision Jet Sierra Foxtrot. And this would remain my problem throughout this flight because I simply couldn't change the barometric pressure from hectopascals to inches of mercury, which they operate here in the United States. Hey ho, I would just have to get on with it.
Vision Jet Sierra Foxtrot, contact Philadelphia approach on 118.35.
1835, Vision Jet Sierra Foxtrot. Philadelphia approach, Vision Jet November 963 Sierra Foxtrot with you, flight level 130.
Vision Jet November 963 Sierra Foxtrot, Philadelphia approach. Good afternoon, Teterboro, altimeter 2972. Expect the ILS runway 19er approach into Teterboro. Let me know you've got information, Golf.
Teterboro, altimeter 2972. Expecting ILS runway 19 approach into Teterboro. And information, Golf is on board Vision Jet Sierra Foxtrot. And we continue our slow descent towards the New York area and of course Teterboro. I was really hoping to see some of the Manhattan skyline by this point, but unfortunately with the cloud layer and workload, I wasn't going to see the Manhattan skyline until we're on finals for runway 19. And even with my NVIDIA 2080 Ti, which is massively underpowered for Flight Simulator 2024, at medium settings, I think it does a pretty good job.
Vision Jet Sierra Foxtrot, turn left heading 040.
Left heading 040, Vision Jet Sierra Foxtrot. It was extremely bumpy coming through this low cloud layer as we approached Teterboro from the northwest. And this is where SayIntentions really started to let me down on this particular flight.
Vision Jet Sierra Foxtrot, contact Philadelphia approach on 127.6.
Contact Philadelphia approach? That doesn't seem right to me at this point in the flight, but as I say guys, I'm not a real world pilot. I've never flown in to this area in the cockpit before, so I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I'd say it's probably not correct. After all, we're just to the north of one of the busiest airports in the world, of course, Newark Liberty, which yes, is in New Jersey, but Philadelphia, guys, is more than 100 miles to the south. Sierra Foxtrot, turning 155, descending 3000. And the other problem with SayIntentions on this flight is it turned me onto final far too late and far too high. There was no way I was ever going to make runway 19 from this approach.
Vision Jet November 963 Sierra Foxtrot, Philadelphia approach. Good afternoon, Teterboro, altimeter 2972.
Philadelphia departure, Piedmont 6098, 1000.
And there you go guys, there is Teterboro Airport, about 3,000 feet below it. SayIntentions was clearly not having a good day today, so it was time to go around and try again. In my imagination, this flight is a ferry flight between Knoxville and Teterboro. Yes, where we get bounced around all over the place, but there's no passengers on board, so who cares?
Teterboro Tower, good morning. VisionJet 963 Sierra Foxtrot established on the ILS runway 19.
VisionJet November 963 Sierra Foxtrot, Teterboro Tower, roger, continue approach. VisionJet Sierra Foxtrot, runway 19er, winds 300 at 4, clear to land.
Clear to land, VisionJet Sierra Foxtrot.
And with my favourite city in the world, of course, New York City, now in view, I was far too busy to take the sights in. Because for some reason I was being blown all over the place, while the air traffic controller did give me light winds.
VisionJet Sierra Foxtrot, requesting wind, please.
VisionJet Sierra Foxtrot, winds 300 at 4.
Yep, nothing to worry about on the wind front, so I've got no idea why I've been blown all over the place at this time of the day. I shouldn't be getting too many thermals in the morning.
Approaching runway 19.
Without a doubt, guys, I was far too high at this point, and the GPU was really struggling with the amount of terrain in this particular area on approach into Teterboro.
Sink rate. Minimums. Sink rate.
Teterboro ground, good morning. VisionJet November 963 Sierra Foxtrot, exited runway 19er, looking to taxi to signature.
VisionJet November 963 Sierra Foxtrot, Teterboro ground, taxi to signature aviation west via Echo Lima Charlie, hold short of runway 6. Good day.
Taxi to signature aviation west via Echo Lima Charlie, hold short runway 6. VisionJet Sierra Foxtrot. Welcome to New York's Teterboro Airport in New Jersey, of course. And at the time of making this video, it is the busiest executive airport in the United States with over 170,000 movements a year. Wow. And of course the scenery that you're seeing here today is the fantastic Dreamflight's Teterboro version 2 for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. In my opinion, due to SayIntentions AI, this flight was a bit of a mess today. I really don't think that I should have been talking to Philadelphia approach on final into Teterboro here in New Jersey. And the AI controller was really sloppy, bringing me into final far too high. But this, guys, isn't my normal sort of flying in the sim, because I'm much more comfortable in the tube liners with the AI providing the first officer for me. And that's one of the reasons you'll very rarely find me in VATSIM. For me, the workload of single pilot operations is simply too much. But I think I'm probably in the minority because so many pilots really enjoy VATSIM, and of course they should. Because it's without a doubt the most realistic ATC you're going to get in PC flight simulation. Well, when it's available, staffed by, of course, the awesome volunteers who take time out of their day to be controllers. And while I was waffling away to you guys there, I was given clearance to cross this active runway, which is the departing runway here today at Teterboro.
Approaching runway 6.
But give SayIntentions their due. When I asked for taxi to signature, SayIntentions gave me taxi clearance to signature west here at Teterboro. There is another signature which is known as signature south, and when I last landed at this airport a few weeks ago in the sim just after I downloaded it, I was given taxi instructions to signature south, so I'm pretty impressed with SayIntentions on that front. I have to admit, guys, that this scenery from Dreamflight is incredible. Again, I've never been to Teterboro Airport in real life, but I've seen it plenty of times on YouTube. I think the static aircraft that we're seeing is coming through from the scenery developer rather than the FSLTL models being presented by the SayIntentions traffic injector. But as you can see, SayIntentions is directing us nicely into signature west here at Teterboro. So as I make my way into signature west here at New York's Teterboro Executive Airport, I'm going to bring another episode of Sim Sunday to a close. In the next couple of episodes, I'm going to be asking the question, what are the best heavies to fly in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024? And if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button and pressing the bell icon to be notified when the next videos are published, it really does help the channel out with the YouTube algorithm, guys. So from the FBO here at Signature West in Dream Factors Teterboro version 2, thank you very much for watching.